Check, check. Oh, we're back. We're back. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do is ask everybody to go to the next street. Check, check. Yeah.
Turn off the laptop audio.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Can you hear me saying this? Check, check, check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Is that's this one, I think. Check, check. So go to the second. There's another street. Oh, no.
Check, check, check.
Back up. Yeah. There he is. That's your old days. wish we could give you cash right now, but it just don't work that way. And, you know, we did this for you. Usually don't get paid for shit right away. We'll get paid Legendary. I love you guys. Legendary. Probably the guy who did the most show. He did a lot of shows. No, I did the most. 174. You made that number up. Oh, yeah. You made that number up. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Yeah. You guys come Saturday? Okay. The game at 12 and the game at 4. Yeah. The girls' championship is at 2. And the boys' championship is at 4. The game, the girls will probably just finish. But, yeah. You know, hopefully we can probably pay you guys that too. Oh. Your camera, you're live right now. Don't mess up. Check this out. Look, go through the camera. Watch the street. Watch what we got going here. And you're gonna, at the beginning of the game, you're gonna take these three guys just talking. So you're gonna just take a step down and turn down. Oh, we got another 20 minutes. Guys will go live in like 15 minutes. We're live now.
Mind if I plug my phone in those outlets?
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Back up. Back up and solid.
I didn't know.
Doesn't matter either way, right? We can talk into any mic.
Oh no, am I on the mic?
No, Chris on the mic right now, bro.
No, I mean it's audio.
Could you imagine? Shut down. I pulled out the main outlet. You gotta do that.
I gotta get you guys the juice box, right? All right. Score the Bergen
Do it!
They're on. Get them on. Don't forget it. You guys can go whenever you want. If you want to start talking, you got 11 minutes.
All right, let me hand these out.
All right? Whenever you're ready.
Bergen roster. Well, we're calling the game. Before you get out of here.
That's like 200 more than Maury. We're going to give Amari some camera time. Amari. Not during the game, but before the game.
Yeah, we'll bring them on, right?
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Very good.
Check 1, 2. Check, check. I got.
Check, check. Check 1, 2.
All right, let's go. Get the headphones on. Let's go live. Turn and get all three of them. See an ounce right here.
Doesn't even say that.
Like that will be fine. As long as you get three so tangled. Don't pull it, guys. Don't pull it. All right, guys, want to go on? I'm ready when you are. Ready? Got the sound, guys. 3, 2, and then point.
3, 2.
Hello and welcome to High Tech High School. We are here for the second semifinal of the day. I'm here with Chris and Patrick. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic, Jacob. I think we've got some matchup going on here today. We've got the number 4 seed North Bergen taking on the top seed Prep. This should be an interesting game. We're going to see a lot of interesting matchups here, a lot of great talent, a lot of collegiate level talent in multi-sports too on the Prep side. So we are going to see a very interesting game here. We're going to see a game with a lot of energy. This crowd is enthused. It's substantially bigger than the first game. And I think we were touching on it. That was an electric atmosphere first to begin tonight. This is just going to be something else.
Anything, Patrick?
We're looking forward to seeing who will face off against the Hawks in the finals, either Prep or North Bergen. This is the 1 versus the 4 seed, so it may not look like as good of a matchup, but I think it's going to be still great. We're looking forward to some fun,
Yeah, Patrick, you're absolutely right. He says, technically, analytically, this should be the lesser matchup, right? It should be a, Prep blowout based on we've got the number 1 seed facing off against the number 4 seed. But I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to see a really interesting game beforehand. Jacob, you covered this semifinal 2 years ago, 2020, and this was an electric game. Fans were going wild, so we should absolutely see a spectacle here tonight.
Yeah, it was an absolute thriller in this matchup 2 years ago, and we're going to bring in one of the greatest alumni in high-tech broadcasting history, the absolute great Amari Gansi Hernandez. How are you doing today, and how do you feel about this game?
I'm doing great. This game is gonna be insane. Is that the camera we're looking at?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We got the legend Jacob Sharon. We got us right here, the legend. You know the legend. And then we got. Let's not forget about
The man.
Let's not forget about the lady that holding the video camera. I just gotta say this is gonna be a great game.
And the biggest legend of all, the man, the myth, the legend.
Sorry to interrupt. I think this is gonna be another backyard basketball game. I'm going to give you my calculations at halftime. God bless Jacob. And here we have Kyle and Daniel.
Kyle O'Mara and Daniel Warhan
Two of the
entered
greatest.
the building.
The absolute greatest.
Walt. How we doing, baby?
Great to see you. Great to see you, boys. Where should I go around here? You were probably next to me. And then Kyle, maybe sit in the front row.
Yeah, we got no room here.
Danny, you can sit down there and then come up if you want.
Let me just get through here.
Thank you. Danny, I was thinking like 2 minutes left in the first half if you want to come in.
Ryan Ballard said hello.
So
Ryan's in it?
He said, tell Steve I said hi.
Richardi. I'm sorry about this whole debacle.
Ryan has said hello in the chat.
Old friends here. It's a special day. A lot of people coming back to this, this wonderful venue for basketball that we have here at High Tech High School. And we're just underway as you hear the infamous Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares on the overhead speaker. We're just a few seconds away here from the national anthem and then tip off.
Well, good evening, folks. For tonight's second game of the doubleheader matchup between the top seed and the number 4 seed North Bergen. Let's meet the starting lineup. First for North Bergen. At the guards, wearing number 1, Naz Martin. And number 2, Eli Camacho.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
Number 15,
1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2,
and
1,
number
2.
10. At the fields,
Starting lineup's being announced now. We'll be on in just a few minutes.
With Gabriel. For North Bergen, the assistant coaches are Steve Ricciardi, Xavier Silva, Juan Fuentes, Henry Rian, Sergio David, for head coach Kevin Bianco. And here's the starting lineup for St. Peter's. At the Zion Fowler, Jackson Tyndall. At center, wearing 22, Matt Kinsler. And at the guard, Tyler Williams. And number 2, Mark. For St. Peter's, the assistant coaches in Taekwondo, William James.
We gotta get a flip chart. Let me snap one real quick.
Mohammed Farah and Fargo.
Oh, he's got the baby.
Referees on the floor tonight, signed by the ACIL. Troy Stevenson, George Mayoral, and Stan Abramovich. Emily Delo, keeping the book for North Bergen. Jennifer Fargo of St. Peter's keeping the book, the official book. She represents St. Peter's tonight. John Brewer, the pride of Imhotep.
Oh, there he is.
On the scoreboard, possession arrow. John Nagel with the public address. Totals being announced after the
Got his ass. Got his ass.
Beating Union City 67-46. So the second seeded Hawks will play the winner of this game.
And we are just seconds away from tip-off.
St. Peter's in the white. The shooting basket to our
Game between two age-old rivals, Peters Prep, Marauders, and the North Bergen Bruins. And we
we are officially underway.
Tip
With an
control.
easy tip going to St. Peter's Prep. This starters for Prep. Number 1, Zion Fowler. Senior number 2, Mark Armstrong, as the first bucket is off and rebounded by Bergen. Along with Bergen's number 3, Tyler Lingham. Number 5, Jackson Tyndall. And finally, the big man, number 22, Matthew Kinsley. For the Bruins, we have number 1, Nazir Ike. Number 3, David Gabriel. And the ball is going the other way. Number 10, Elijah Dubois. Number 2, Eli Camacho. And finally, number 15, Sean Orifice. How are we feeling early on, Chris and Patrick? And how pumped are we for this game?
Wow. I mean, this is going to be an electric atmosphere all game. Jacob, you can feel it. It is hot. It is static in this room right now. This is going to be an incredible matchup here from both sides.
Corner 3 for North Bergen, and it's good.
And already you can tell that this atmosphere is way more electric than the last game. I mean, not to discredit the crowd, but it's obvious. I mean, first 3 of the game, and everyone blows up.
Escape pressure over to Fowler.
Bruins score first in the league.
Tyndall in the corner, puts up the shot, and that is good.
This is the first shot, very similar shot, knocks that one down.
And you can just tell the atmosphere in here right now compared to earlier.
They are living and dying by every basket, Jacob.
The Prep fans are getting out early on. North Bergen swings the ball over to Orifice, who spin moves, strides in, and goes up with a nice lay, and it's good. 5-2 North Bergen early on. Here comes Fowler dashing inside and blocked. North
Good
Bergen
defense.
off to a thundering start here.
Good pressure there by North Bergen. Looking for the shot.
3 from Camacho is off, but rebounded. And the travel there. What an intense early start to this game. Patrick, what do you make of this?
Well, I can already notice in the crowd there's some sections of specific fans that seem to be competing with each other. You can see a section over there. It seems to be all Prep fans and North Bergen fans over there. So we'll see how that goes when the game progresses, especially towards the end of the game. If it's close, it can be really exciting. So hopefully that's how it goes.
Prep on their feet already.
Oh!
Tyndall with the thundering
Monster Jam.
What a start.
St. Peter's trails 5-4.
Dubois driving, getting doubled on the baseline, and swings it back out to Nawadike. Quite an oversized guard. Corner. And he stepped on the line, and that's going the other way for St. Peter's Prep. Wow, this place is loud right now.
Can we talk about that dunk we just witnessed? I mean, he just yammed on them all.
A powerful jam. Now, there is 5:20 about left in the first quarter, and the Prep bench, the entire Prep bleachers are on their feet already. This has the makings of a great game on it, Jacob.
Armstrong, Villanova commit, who swings it over to Fowler for the open 3. It's up and no good.
Good miss, though.
And that will be going the Bruins' way. 5-4 early, 5 to go. We were here 2 years ago. Mark Armstrong dominated the game. And here we expect nothing different.
At that point, the sophomore. Oh, my!
And no good on the leg. But steps on the line, and it's staying North Bergen's way. North Bergen will inbound under the hoop with
Now, let me tell you, Jacob, certainly a more physical game than our first matchup here tonight. There is body on body, and the size difference is not as appalling as it was the first time around. This looks like a fair and evenly matched game in terms of size.
Moving three-point shot is short. But rebounded back and up again. That is David Gabriel, and senior guard. And here comes Armstrong. It was doubled immediately.
David Gabriel.
He will reset at the top of the key as the offense moves. 22 picks and pops out to Fowler at the top of the key. Fowler drives in, steps back, and a beautiful jumper.
Textbook, Jacob, textbook.
That was an incredible move right there.
We'll start 7-6.
Armstrong.
The other way, who's yet to be on the score sheet, as they've been doubling the ball game as you would normally do. And he drives on about 4 people.
Still gets to the
Draws
basket.
the foul.
Now, you're right, Jacob. That was 4 bodies he just called out there. I mean, just incredible drive by Armstrong, who's getting doubled consistently. And then even then, they still needed backup.
Teams first.
So how does your team like prep handle as player getting doubled?
I think you just got to put the ball back out, Jacob. I think you got to trust in your supporting cast. You saw Fowler make a nice textbook jumper earlier. Great move, creating separation. I think you need to let those guys get their shots. You got to let the big man drive in, and you got to let them play the mismatch there. You know, if you got 2 guys on Armstrong, you got 1 less guy on somebody else, and you got to take advantage of that if you play.
Very well put. And it'll make both charity strikes. 8-7 prep. 3:15 to go. Armstrong. No good. Camacho now on the right wing. Back out to Poe. Guarded now by Armstrong. And out to Gabriel, who holds it, hesitates, and swings it the other way. Here is Orifice. Corner 3 for Camacho is no good. Rebounded by Armstrong, and coming the other way with a full head of steam. A beautiful pass inside. Wow. Finished easily by Tyndall.
Clean basketball, Jacob. Great pass to the inside and a great lay. Very smooth motion.
Oh, and here comes Armstrong the other way. Oh, not sure
opportunity for a dunk there, but played it safe. And
Looked a little hesitant. He thought about dunking, but decided, I'm just going to go for the easy points. So hopefully we'll see one of those monster jams by Armstrong later in the game, though.
Here is now with DK driving in, pulls up, and makes the lay. The North Bergen coach comes flying down the sideline to call a timeout. In a 12-9 game with 1:49 remaining in the first quarter.
Everyone is fired up right now. I mean, the players, the crowd, the coaches. I mean, this is electric.
let me tell you, I said this crowd is living and dying by every basket. You make an easy lay, and they're on their feet. Now, what adjustments do you think these guys are making right now, Jake? It's a fairly tight game. Scores 12-9. What do you do if you're prepping? What do you do if you're North Bergen?
I think North Bergen has a history of tending to believe in their teams. Maybe even when they shouldn't. Obviously, St. Peter's Prep is the best team in this tournament, but obviously right now it doesn't seem to matter. North Bergen's playing up to their level, and they're playing with tenacity. That's why this start has been good, and that's why this game is close right now.
First the card from there. Sandy here.
As we mentioned, the earlier game today between Hudson Catholic and Union City resulted in a pretty easy win for Hudson Catholic, who will go on to the final. How do you think they can look ahead to their matchup on Saturday? With either of these teams.
Well, number one, they're not going to get out to the 18-1 start that they did against Union City, irregardless of who they play, whether that be Prep or North Bergen. That's not going to happen. So you're going to have to play a competitive game the whole way through. I mean, that game's going to go deep. I think you have to look out to stamina. You have to look for how can we switch up our game plan and give a different look fairly consistently and throughout the course of the game, as opposed to just staying stagnant like they did last game. Obviously, it worked. You know, they couldn't really. There was nothing Union City could really do.
With a beautiful pass, finished off by Tim Down.
But you're looking at a much more physical team. Either way you stack it up. For Hudson Catholic, both of these matchups are going to play them much harder and much more body to body. Union City played Hudson Catholic.
Here is Camacho, who is doubled and swung over tonight. A beautiful cross-court pass and a corner three is good. Second three of the game for LeBeau, and it is 14-12. 1 minute remaining in the period. What a treat this first quarter has been.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this has been electric the entire time. A lot of offense, Jacob. I can tell you that much.
Beautifully threads the needle. Kinzo can't get anything up. Looks outside. 12 down the lane. That is Benjamin Guy the fourth. And that is an unbelievable finish.
Looking for the end, but an incredible finish there.
By Lingham, who's had a great start early in this game. Prep's really spreading the ball very nicely.
And Armstrong not appearing to be double teamed anymore, but it's not doing any harm nor foul for either team here.
Here's number 4, Cesar Perez, who's just checked in for the Bruins. And the Bruins will happily hold for a final possession here in this quarter. Here's Aladika, who drives in and can't get a layup up. The Bruins will have 1 second to try and get a shot up to get a last-minute bucket. It's quarter.
Both coaches here on their feet.
And they can't get a shot up. And we go.
16. North Bergen, 12.
Catch you in a few. Now, we saw Jacob and Patrick, I think, a very physical game, a more physical game than we saw our first go-around here. It was body to body, the entire matchup. I mean, people were hitting the floor. It was a lot of driving in, and it was a lot of good shots, too. I think we saw a lot of textbook basketball from both sides, a lot of great passes. Not the same amount of mistakes we saw in the beginning of our Hudson Catholic and Union City game. And I just have to beg the question, which way does this game side right now? Because obviously the game is in favor of Prep, but the way both of these teams played, I mean, there's something to be said for both of these squads out here.
Well, I think it's going to come down to whoever's defense can hold up for the duration of the game, because it's very close right now. There's been incredible offensive plays by both teams. I think, it's like the defense is going to be what's going to be the game changer here.
Yeah, and I think, both teams are moving very well right now, very energetic to start off. So I think a huge thing is going to be how do they handle this pressure that both teams will be applying, and who's going to make the open shots when they have to.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely perfect analysis. Who's going to hit, who's going to knock down the shots when they're open and when they can make them. And that's who that's going to come down to. Only a 4-point deficit right now for North Bergen, but certainly not insurmountable based on the way they played. And Jacob, you're absolutely right. Can you get the open shots? That's going to be the question. That's going to be the matchup here today. Kings on the court.
And the Bruins will start off this second quarter. Here is Aladika, who has played the entire game, especially at the high level. A very break-oriented game. And, you have to say both teams have been up to the task so far. It's not Aladika loses it. And boy, Lingham has been all over the score sheet as he drives in.
Offense, defense.
Very strongly. Beautiful feed inside. That's an end-one layup for Tim Dowd. And those two have been fantastic so far.
Wow, the connection there is special on Prep. They're connecting with passes. The moves to the inside are incredible. And, oh, my gosh, how about the offense and defense here? Ocean to ocean. And getting the play on the end one there was just absolutely incredible. Great finish. We're going to see. Can he make
Tyndall will look to complete the three-point play, and he does. 19-12 in favor of St. Peter's. Let's see how North Bergen can respond here.
You need to score here if you're North Bergen.
Point Bergen 2.
Now St. Peter's prep crowd already breaking away, likely premature into a "We Want Hudson" chant. Although that ball is kicked away by North Bergen.
It looked like it hit him in the face.
It'll be interesting to see what type of leash the North Bergen coach will have on these players. They've made a few substitutions already. And what kind of guys does he trust? And what type of system is he willing to format to try to win this game? As Fowler followed the screen to an open three, which is no good.
Now, I don't know about you, Patrick, but I think that stop was very important there. You cannot let this become a double-digit game. You just can't let it happen, especially not this early.
Here's Nawadike, who is very ball dominant, but has not taken many shots yet. Big physical guard. Bergen's looking for an outside shot here. Inside and finished off by Orifice. 19-14, and we're a quarter through the period.
Big play there. Like I said, for North Bergen, you do not want this. You do not want this deficit to get out of hand. They needed that bucket, and they still need to stop here.
Here's Fowler with the ball, guarded by Gabriel, and back out to Fowler, who drives in, takes on a few people, and finishes an awesome layup.
Explosive power on display there for Fowler.
Some drama here in front of the scores table between St. Peter's coach and the main referee. Basket did count, but he will not have a trip to the line to follow with it. So we have a 21-14 game with exactly 6. Out to Nawadike. Guarded by Benjamin. The corner three for Camacho is short. Rebounded by Nawadike, who goes back up and doesn't finish. As we mentioned, shooting not a big part of his game, more of a distributor. Here comes Armstrong the other way. Spinning. Out for an open look. Hesitates and then misses. Those are the type of looks you got to take right away or not at all.
We said it between the quarter, Jacob. You need to hit the open shots. You're going to play tight defense, and they're going to play good offense all game. Those are the shots you need to make. And with that being said, good defense on display by Prep. Watching the ball very well. And then just explosive drive there by Zion Fowler. Takes on 3 guys.
When we were here 2 years ago, it was actually Fowler and Armstrong leading the charge. And they remain to be the
Still here.
best players. So really speaks something about the trusting these guys. Nawadike makes a nice basket. Trusting these guys and their development as players.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jacob. Great program over at Prep. I mean, these guys were on this stage 2 years ago. And here you are, Fowler and Armstrong, still leading the charge strong almost over 2 years later.
Here's Lingham, who's been terrific thus far tonight. Armstrong checks for the ball, but does not get it. And it's back over to Fowler. Over to Lingham. Prep happy to take some time here and set up possession.
Now it still looks like they're playing almost a 1.5 on Armstrong here. Not sure if they want to.
Wide open look and drains it. Wow. Extending the Prep lead to 8 points as we go into timeout with 4.5 to go. Patrick, your thoughts on the way the Marauders have handled the offensive side of the ball with the pressing of North Bergen, as well as the way they've looked on defense?
Well, you can see there's an incredible offensive drive and getting open for that wide open three that obviously you have to hit. And, they just seem to be hitting their shots and stop. And, they're doing a good job at making sure that even when North Bergen gets their own rebound, they don't capitalize off of it. So, they're looking to continue what they're doing right now, and they should be fine.
Yeah, Jacob, my analysis is the same that it was a couple minutes ago. You were absolutely right in saying whoever's going to make the open shots is going to win this ball game. And so far, it's been Prep. I mean, that deep three by Zion Fowler It was an open look, and he hit it dead on. That was important. If you could start to get that momentum going where you're making those shots, you put yourself in a really good place to win this game.
Obviously pressing very highly, doubling his, whatever they can. Often a strategy that is used when a team like Prep has the players that they have might it create too many open shots would be the question that we'll have to see answered as this game goes on.
Right, and right before Fowler took that shot, I was saying they were sort of playing 1.5 on Armstrong. They weren't sure if they wanted to double him.
Now Prep playing some tenacious defense, and they get the steal. Armstrong drives, makes one move, and lays it in easily for the finish to extend the Prep lead to 10 points. And this is where North Bergen has to buck down and make sure this doesn't get out of hand.
That sequence there was just a display of
As we mentioned, defense. Camacho inbounds it beautifully. That is absolutely a goaltending goal, and it's not even close.
But that last play by the Marauders just showcases their skills on either side of the ball there. I mean, that incredible takeaway with the great drive by Armstrong.
Both coaches currently arguing with refs right now. You can see how much this means
Jacob,
to both programs.
I liked your word choice earlier, and you said Prep playing tenacious defense. And I think that's absolutely right. They were playing physical, and they were staying with that ball no matter what.
Well,
they got it. They read it well, and they were able to get the steal.
You're right. They're calling it no basket, by the way. I just heard the ref saying it's no basket, but there's 2 technical free throws. Huh? Yeah, interesting.
Which is missed right in front of me. Quite tenacious, to be honest with you. He'll have a second one here. Boy, are they loud. And it would be very difficult to focus with those circumstances, but he does anyway. North Bergen will have the ball as well as part of the technical foul. Exactly midway through the period, with 4 to go in this great game here at High Tech High School. Corner 3, no good. Rebounded by Prep. Armstrong back the other way. What speed he has. Wow. Beautiful distribution. Wide open layup.
You're right, Jacob. Good ball movement there. Great distribution.
Who takes an awkward floater and misses terribly.
Strong again.
You can see how tantalizing he is in the fast break. Finds the corner man just off. Rebounded by Lingham, who dished it nicely back inside.
He just got wrapped up.
And that was a very hard foul.
I believe that should be a tech. I don't know what the call is going to be.
Regardless, Kinsler will go to the line. He is not happy about the severeness of the foul. The ball will actually stay on the floor. And it will be inbounded under a hoop by St. Peter's.
Foul charge Steve Camacho, his first. Team's third.
Here's Lingham. 5 spread out wide for the Marauders. And Armstrong still is Dupont, who's been on him most of the game. Gets it into the low post, extends out. Can't give a match shot, but he misses terribly. And the North Bergen fans and players will like that one a lot. And this is Tyndall checking back in and taking out Benjamin Guy.
Yeah, Jacob, it looks like the 3-pointers today. Same problem on both sides. They're just coming up a little bit short. Hitting their side of the rim. Should be an easy adjustment.
Kinsler.
There's Dupont dribbling the air out of the ball. Finds the corner man, that is now Ike, who resets it. Right foul for Dupont. Gets a screen from Camacho. Sees it flips. Now with Ike, switch sides. Out to Camacho. He loves to shoot that. That is surely a shooting foul that will send him to the line for 2.
Foul charge to Kinsler. Team's 4.
And wow,
They are putting this foul on the floor, which is honestly an
That's
abysmal call
egregious.
that the North Bergen coach is rightfully extremely unhappy about.
Yeah, there's been a couple of questionable calls in the start of this game. I mean, there's that on the goal. I think it was goaltending. What they decided to say is technical, and then that was definitely. I mean, should have got shots for that.
Here's Armstrong, who will happily take his time with their 9-point lead.
Both teams.
Armstrong ignoring the screen, finding Lingham down low, who makes yet another basket. Leading scorer of the game right there, number 3.
Incredible start to this game. Slowed down for a couple minutes there, but still got open for the basket.
Deep 3, Camacho is good. Boy, can he shoot.
And you were absolutely right, Jacob. That was a deep 3.
Camacho for 4.
Armstrong getting some defense on him, handling it wonderfully.
My word.
What a player he is, averaging, like I said earlier, 25 a game. And here's North Bergen the other way. What a finish that was at the end of the floor. I mean, speak to what you see in Armstrong's game and just what makes him so special.
Yeah, the Bruins are gonna have to figure out something to do to stop him. I mean, he's just tearing them apart right now.
I mean, they had 2 guys on him, and he just broke it.
Yeah, he's very, very explosive.
You cannot play him one-on-one. He's making that 100% of the time.
He's so fast.
First free throw is good.
Cannon the free throw in front of the free throw.
Poe, a bit of a 3-and-D guy, has been covering Armstrong for the majority of the game, and now finding himself at the line where he excels very well.
Switch up.
Couple changes for North Bergen. Or Fice will check back. Abdullah Deha, who is a senior guard and forward. He's getting 6-2 and he'll knock down both. Cut this to an 8-point game.
They are playing Armstrong 2-on-1 in the backcourt.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret that he is obviously the highlight of this whole tournament. The question is, how good are the rest of this team? And the truth is, really good. So that's why it's tough to handle. Lingham pulls up for 3. And boy, is he on tonight. He has been absolutely fantastic.
As soon as you think he's done, he is just knocking everything down.
11-point game. Look to see if North Bergen tries to force to make this game a little closer by halftime and press it.
35 seconds left.
Boy, are they getting pressed now. Things open up a little bit in the half court. 30 seconds to play. Looks to the corner. Corner 3 is good.
Big shot.
The senior who was waiting with time and is now enjoying it with the corner 3. Armstrong cuts in, and he is just unplayable, as you said earlier. Throwing the foul.
I mean, there's just nothing you can do about that speed.
I mean, it's the speed, and it's the fact that it's speed and it's control. A lot of guys that are that quick don't really have such a balance and control of their body, but he clearly does.
Yeah, I mean, you think of Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier. I mean, Westbrook on the Thunder had very similar explosiveness.
The athleticism and the athletic skill, Jacob, you're absolutely right. Control is just so critical. I mean, and you'll see it too. He knows when to turn on the Jets. He knows when to turn on the team. They'll jog it down court. They'll have both guys on him, and then all of a sudden he'll get down low, he'll dribble, and he'll take off.
Big mismatch here, and he fouls him. Not sure what he's doing in the game. Not to be mean, but I'm not sure why they just put someone about half his size to come in and check it on 3. Decisions on decisions. Whether they make sense or not. So Prep went bound for the final shot. They will look together. Boy, this is a physical game. And Kinzo for 3 to end the half is no good. Both teams just screaming at the refs and each other. And boy, what a first half we were treated to here in High Tech. And, just a few points to make. This game, atmosphere-wise, just leaps and bounds ahead of the earlier one. First off, and second off, the game itself, as Chris mentioned, extremely physical. Both teams just want this so badly.
Yeah, Jacob, I think you're right. The atmosphere here is just incredible. And you can tell by how physically they're playing that both of these squads want this game in the worst way. I mean, that was a big-time three Camacho knocked down, I believe, at the end of the first half to shorten the lead to 8. And, I mean, we're just watching a really physical basketball game out here. You see on the inbounds, guys' bodies are hitting the floor. It's one of those games where a lot of people are playing here. They're playing for pride. They're playing intensely. And we're going to see a lot of that for the rest of the game. Patrick?
Yeah, this doesn't really feel like a high school basketball game. This seems like another level almost. I mean, like it just seems, the chemistry of each team seems incredible. They're shooting well. They're driving well. They're playing good defense. They're fired up. It's incredible. So hopefully the second half is even better, and we have a great ending to this already incredible game.
Yeah, and I think it's certainly a very clean game too. Like you said, Patrick, it looks like we're watching an entirely different level of basketball. I mean, the passing is just incredible. It's so beyond the high school level. But we will come back to you with coverage of the third quarter here in the Frank J. Gargiulo campus inside of High Tech High School in Secaucus, New Jersey. We will see everybody in a couple minutes.
We'll be back in a few.
That's it. I'm not 5 men deep. No.
That's true. We had it until I needed him. This bastard right here, he was in our team. He wasn't even in the class.
I need a drink of water.
We'll start the half with you.
Yeah, take
All right?
this with you. Throw it out.
That's why when I stood out there, I realized
Watch this computer screen.
Yeah, Jacob said he was coming out here the first time with Ryan. I said I would have came, but he told me too late. I was get on camera when they come back. Yeah, that's what he said. He said Have you ever heard the Matthew Thompson about the high school?
Like 2 minutes.
All right, so we are back officially for the third quarter here, the second half. And we are joined by yet another legend of the John Pacino studio, another broadcasting alumni. Danny Warren, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be back here. It's a great environment. I remember doing this, a couple of years back when I was still in high school. It's always fun. The game's always good. So, hopefully we could have another great second half.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And Danny, you were here for the first. I mean, this was a physical game, and it was a good game too.
It's a very good game. We're seeing some good basketball players. I mean, it doesn't get much better than good basketball and a great environment.
Absolutely.
Danny, my former great partner, the most unfortunate we're missing you over here today, but I mean, being back here is just a great experience.
It is. I mean, I really forgot how fun the first game was between these two, and this is showing, it's still just as fun.
Lincoln has 3 and 7 points.
Beautiful pass there inside the Fowler, dished off wonderfully for rebound by Bergen.
Well, what's just one takeaway you should give from each team and how they can get better going forward, or how they can make sure they stay around and win this game?
To be honest,
Ooh, bodies being caught.
wow. To be honest, I think Prep's biggest thing is they need to get number 2 Mark Armstrong involved. He needs to get the ball and he needs to score. He's their best player. You got to find a way to get him open. For North Bergen, I think on offense they just have to run a little more efficiently. I think that they're playing a little bit too lazy on offense at some time.
Great point. Here is our DK who takes it up and sends it over. North Bergen with an 11-point deficit here. What do you see maybe the exact changes that they can make in terms of how they can free up shots a little better? Maybe set more picks, more off-ball movement. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right entirely, Jacob. I think that the key here is setting picks. I mean, and that's also the key for Prep too. Danny, I think you're right when you say they need to get Armstrong more involved. Obviously, him being doubled frees up somebody else. But you're certainly absolutely right, Jacob, when you say we need some picks being set here on the North Bergen side of things. We need some better separation when they take their shots, and there needs to be a little bit better off-ball movement, Danny.
Absolutely. And I think that Armstrong is best when he can have the ball coming up the court too. I think he's got the best vision. He's got the best, IQ. I think he can run the offense the best if you are able to free him up on an inbound.
Absolutely, guys. And this is into Fowler. Inbounds it down low. Continue. We will draw the foul. They will inbound it under the hoop. So before we let you go, Danny, just one random take here, basketball oriented. What do you think is going to win the NBA championship this year? If you had to
Honestly, if I had to pick one team right now, I'd probably go with the Golden State Warriors. Ooh,
hard foul there.
Hard foul.
Warriors?
I'd say the Warriors. I think just them with Thompson back, I think has just made them, ridiculous. It's fun to watch the Warriors again, and that's when basketball's been at its best.
100%. Johnson with a beautiful pass inside. Sorry, Armstrong. But here's North Bergen the other way.
Oh, intercepted.
Here comes Tyndall with a big left-handed move, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Whoa.
These teams getting physical now.
We've got a little bit of a brawl on our hands.
It's picking up.
Peters coach all the way to the midcourt line. And both teams are getting extremely intense now. And we're going to have to go into a stoppage.
It has just gotten that serious here in the gym, Jacob.
I believe that was not with DK and
you got it. Yeah.
Tyndall. We'll just switch spots there. Thank you for coming on, Walt.
We appreciate it, brother, as always.
Appreciate it, guys. Enjoyed being back on.
Thank you.
Oh, that sounds way better now. It sounds way better.
A necessary stoppage there. Certainly the right call by the refs. It got real serious. It got real tense. The Prep side on their feet, but they have been all game.
I didn't actually see the initial scuffle starter. What was it?
Me neither, but I believe it involved Fowler, but I'm not too sure. No, I wouldn't want to speak on that before I got the full.
I think it was a foul, and they started pushing around.
Tempers finally seemed down a little bit. There will be 2 free throws.
Timeout.
North Bergen will call a timeout as both teams will try to settle down a little bit and focus more on basketball rather than the physical altercations that were going on. We will be back in just about 30 seconds.
You guys see that?
I did.
What?
Cool trick by the cheerleaders over there.
Cheerleading a big part of Hudson County as well as the schools. But I must say, despite obviously the ties between North Bergen and High Tech, the prep crowd has been really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, they've showed up. They've only taken about half the bleachers, probably substantially more if they do move on to the championship on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, especially compared to earlier, I don't think one person got out of their seat.
No, I mean, the prep crowd has been
Yeah.
on their feet, I believe, all game. North Bergen getting up a little bit during that scuffle there, and probably rightfully so. That's an intense moment.
This is that crowd the Hawks coach was looking for.
That's absolutely right, Pat.
This is the first free throw. And with 6.5 to play,
Nah, it's 2 shots, right?
single, within this quarter, 100% if not. Here has risen. Free throw to extend it.
2 for 10.
You have to say that offenses have prevailed overall, despite intense pressure coming from both sides.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jacob. I mean, we saw this game started out with an offensive explosion, but that's not to take away from the defense. I think the defense have played tight games, but the offense has just been extraordinary here today on both sides.
It's very difficult. He gathers it back. And it's a really, really tough one.
Absolutely, Jacob. Some great moves. That behind the back move was just incredible for the game. I think he was looking for a pass.
Dude, his effort. That is absolutely.
Yeah, he took him out. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but on that play, it looked like Kinsler was looking for a pass behind him, but there was just nobody there. It looked like a two-handed bounce pass, but there just happened to be nobody behind him. Perhaps just miscommunication on the prep side.
Yeah.
Perhaps he may have thought his point guard would have been checking in the ball due to the fact that he had just dribbled for about 10 seconds.
I do think that.
Armstrong with a really nice inside pass, but in the end rebounded by North Bergen as they come the other way.
Yeah.
Through the press into the half court. Sorry, Patrick, continue.
No, I was just good. Oh. The foul there.
He's going to go to the line for 3 shots on that. That is the
Oh,
call that the
3
North Bergen
shots.
coach has been asking for all day long, as there has been a ton of fouls in this game so far.
And he's got it. It's certainly a more foul-dense game than our first game here tonight. Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of this game, right? It's been a physical game. Guys have been taking guys out. We had a little bit of a scuffle here on the other side of the court, and he will take his first shot.
Making a 9-point game potentially right now.
Yeah, this is fairly important. Cut it below double digits. Eagles 3 for 3.
Silences the crowd.
Now, important to note, especially in high school basketball, the Bruins are not taking their free throws in front of the prep bleacher anymore. So maybe that something could be said there, but clean 3 for 3, 3 on the free throws.
Back out to Armstrong, who will drive in once again. Euro step, get inside, and draw foul to go to the line for 2. And there you see the intelligence of Armstrong. If the shot's not working or the driving and you're getting doubled, the way that you make up for that is to get to the line, regroup, and get yourself
Yeah,
together.
and
that's exactly what he's done.
Yep, that was perfectly executed. And like you said, Jacob, he's being doubled. He's been doubled all game. I mean, he goes for the shot after the nice move there. He doesn't get it, so he plays the next best thing, and he draws the foul, and he knocks down the first free throw.
Both coaches have just been extremely animated.
Oh, my.
The ball. And it'll be interesting to see as this fourth quarter goes on. Like I said, these guys are heated. Let's see how this shakes up. And the second one from the line is good too. No problem. This Prep extends their lead back up to 11. Here comes now with DK the other way. Oh, goodbye. Waiting for a play to develop. Swing it. Finishes really nicely to cut this to an 8-point lead. Interesting to see the defense that North Bergen will play now.
Armstrong one-on-one.
Asking for
Check
the double
that.
team. He'll draw the block. Take it out. I'm sorry, not on the sideline, as Prep is now in the 1-of-1 from the free throw. These two teams played each other in a variety of sports, big games, from baseball, basketball, to football, all the way across the board. As we mentioned before, two programs that in this area really mean a lot to them.
Big hometown sports event tonight, Jacob. I mean, you're right. Both of these teams, incredible programs, mean a lot to the people that both attended, and for North Bergen, huge hometown pride going on here as Armstrong knocks down.
He's 6 of 6 from the line.
Wrap up 11.
Who drives in quickly and takes it himself and misses the lefty layup. Chance for the fast break here for Prep. Here's Fowler.
Oh! This is the dunk.
Now, if you want something that would have lit the crowd on fire, it would have been that dunk by Fowler. He is the #1 wide receiver recruit in the nation, but above all, Sports Center #1 play a few weeks back, and it was on a dunk like that. That would have been a poster.
And a spectacular athlete.
Absolutely. True sport athlete, one of the most incredible from this area. He'll go to the line anyway, though, as they call the foul. Who knows? Third foul on Camacho.
Right. As the third quarter winds down, we'll look ahead to Saturday. Hudson Catholic will host the winner of this game. Oh, sorry, not host, but play against the winner of this game at 4 p.m. on Saturday. And that'll conclude the county tournament, which, while it may have had some surprises earlier on, the teams that were expected to be here ended up here in this shape.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Jacob. I mean, the top four teams have competed today in the semifinals. Hudson Catholic prevailing against Union City, and here we've got a great game between Prep and North Bergen.
And he misses both.
So a worthwhile foul there.
Yeah, ends up really helping them out. And here is now a DK guarded by Armstrong. He'll receive the pick, look for the roll, and a beautiful pass. And you have to say, we saw Union City earlier today, who are honestly probably around the same skill set as the Bergen. Much more prepared.
Yeah.
And their play calling and scheming has just been much more.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Their moves are to the right people. Open look for Fowler. He held on for too long there. It looked like hesitated just a touch, wrestling for the ball.
And he's double travel. And that is a huge
pounding the floor, the North Bergen bench on their feet. There is more static in the atmosphere as every second ticks away on this clock. 2:51 left in this quarter.
can look underneath. Waits a second. Beautifully finishes on the other end. I think Cesar Perez to put this to a 7-point game.
What a reversal by Perez there. Good pass to the inside. Doesn't have the look for the forwards layup. Drops a little further on the baseline and gets it behind the back. Armstrong.
Cuts around the side, pulls up beautifully, but misses. And rebounded by Nowadick. What an opportunity here for Bergen to bring this to a 5-point game.
I feel like Prep is struggling a little here on the offensive side, which is a little surprising based on what we saw earlier in this game.
Yeah. They're just not knocking down what they need to. Absolutely.
But drops off. Now, momentum-wise and score-wise.
Yeah, I think momentum is a big thing. Knocks down another. And I mean, the flow of this game.
41 to 36.
This game just got a whole lot more interesting.
With a minute 19 to go in the quarter.
Momentum entirely on the North Bergen side. The crowd's still fired up. They're staying faithful. This is the coach of North Bergen taking Stephen Ricciardi, taking something up with the referees. Son has also joined the fray.
Ricciardi with his son in his hand.
That's how you know it's intense. He brought in the muscle.
From the math textbook all the way to the hardwood. Many talents.
There's our man, Steven.
As we mentioned, so many ties between these programs and high tech. Teachers that have been involved and faculty members and whatnot with these various programs. It really is just the perfect place to host this congregation of basketball and talent and representatives.
Jacob, I think you're right. Both of these programs very strong in many sports. And I mean, this is the benefit of having something in a neutral location, right? I mean, you have seen just absolute electricity from all sides of the bleachers here in the gym at High Tech today. Prep crowd remaining faithful. North Bergen, the momentum is on their side now. They are buzzing.
Bruins chants coming out of the gym now. Does not happen. So we play for our residential towns. You know, a lot of people here do that, and of course they're going to root for their hometown. So
I believe Sean Orifice is indeed a student at High Tech High School.
Wow!
Misses.
The inside lane is missed.
That is big. Take it up court.
What a chance in this last minute of this quarter for North Bergen to make this game even closer.
50 seconds ticking away on the clock here in this quarter.
Here is Nowadick, who will come around the end. To Perez and over to Capone. Guarded there by Tyndall. He's free, no good. And a nice rebound there by Armstrong, who comes the other way with pace. Driving inside, and that is
somebody from North Bergen there looking for the backboard block. Not certain who it was, but big play there by Armstrong. That's what you want out of your best player.
He was flying down the court there. I mean, there's no stopping him.
Yep, got the rebound and then just beat everybody to the spot.
Here's another timeout.
Timeout charge to North Bergen.
We'll be back in just a minute.
12 seconds left in this period.
I'd imagine he'd try to dabble in both. Be the number one wide receiver.
Got a chance at that.
Yeah.
He's not even amped up. You can see him on the sideline right now. He's locked in.
I mean, he was born to do this, first off. But second off, I mean, what impresses me honestly most is there's a lot of guys that can jump and are very athletic. But what about the speed to easily give himself
Gosh,
enough
it is
really the best
Russell
line.
Westbrook-esque. And when I saw that dunk, Patrick said he made it look easy. And you know what made it look easy? He slowed down going to the basket. He just wanted to see what he could pull off. What type of trick could he play on the rim? Oh my gosh! And
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see maybe at the end when this game's basically over if he goes for something extra fancy for the fans.
Absolutely, and as we mentioned, a future Villanova. What are they? The Wildcats, I believe. Future.
I think so.
Wildcats?
Yeah.
Future Villanova Wildcats. Sorry, just had to fact check there. But a lot of these programs have had guys that go D1. I'm not sure if there's been many that we can look at and be as sure will be successful. I mean, you
I mean, if you're that athletic and you're not relying on size, because there are guys out here on the North Bergen court, probably half their team bigger than Armstrong, and nothing. He can turn on the jets. He can jump. He's high IQ. He plays great defense, and he's a dog going for rebounds. I mean, Jacob, I think you're right. This kid is going to translate incredibly well on the collegiate level.
Hopefully, that's not the.
I think it's Armstrong. This is the most impressive talent I've ever watched in high school basketball.
Future net.
Up now if they want to.
5 3/4 left. In and outs. That 3-pointer was an in and out.
Beautiful floater. And it's now a 15-point game. With the clock ticking away on North Bergen's hopes at making HCIL.
We are officially below 5 here.
Bruins got to get something going here. I mean,
And after
I think it's been a really long time since they got any points. Actually,
after cutting the lead within 5,
they've been at
St.
36.
Peter's Prep is on a 10-0 run.
They've been at 36 for a really long time. So yeah, they got to figure something out here. They want to stay in this game.
At the hands of Mark Armstrong or
North Bergen ball on the side. Doubleheader on Saturday. Tickets go on sale at 9 a.m. tomorrow. At the end. Please keep
North Bergen not mentally out of it though.
Yeah, and they'll fight to the end as they always do, but they've got about a 2-minute window here where they
need to go on like a 6-0.
Gazi, an awkward shot.
Yeah,
Taking those Armstrong
I would not have done
again.
that. Oh my God.
With an extremely easy layup. And the lead extends to 17 as
You-
things creep away from the
You are going to see more of this kid. I can assure you of that.
I see a little bit of desperation from the Bruins here, especially with that last shot I just saw. I mean,
That was just an
that
awkward
should
shot.
have been a pass right there. I mean, he caught his dribble, but then he tried to make it a shot, which wouldn't have even been a three. So I was very confused by that.
And I mean, I guess that's what you're thinking you need to hit, and understandably so. You need that big time 3-pointer. But I mean, at this point in the game, you have to take what you can. Opportunities Prep does to get people out of towns and diversify their talent. I mean, they in this.
It's really nice to look back at coming from this area and knowing that there will be athletes for the next 20 years.
Can't
that
talk
are age to watch
can't talk
professional
about absolutely can't talk about football without talking about the man on defense right now, Zion Fowler, number one wide receiver prospect from New Jersey.
Here is Nawadike. Kicks it over to Camacho, who drives in, kicks it out. Nawadike once again. A nice cross-court pass. Drive in. That is absolutely a foul, which will put the ball under the hoop to be inbounded by Camacho. 3:36 to go in the final period of this game. A fadeaway shot. It's no good and rebounded by Armstrong.
And I mean, at that point, that's the type of shot you need to take, right?
Yeah, not enough time to run a full offense.
Armstrong again.
Just a beautiful behind-the-back move there. Inside, just missed. Here comes North Bergen the other way. What a move! Behind the back. Goes up. Awesome N1 play to make this a 15-point deficit. But boy, what a move that was behind the back. And all the way in to draw the contact and finish it off with strength.
Just goes to show you they're still in this.
And like I said, and they'll always believe they are. Most likely they're within a minute of going into a full court press, which, obviously you're going to need turnovers. You can't just sit back and wait at this point in the deficit that they're in. But we'll see over the next minute if they can make things interesting or not. And, of course, you have to hit your free throws here, which he does. Making this a 14-point game with exactly 3:05 remaining. Fowler takes it up. Will be happy to take his time as much as they give him.
Showing off the handles.
Armstrong now, being swarmed defensively, kicks it out to Lingham, who will happily take his time and post up.
And after those 2 dunks by Armstrong, I mean, his performance is going to go underrated. Lingham has had an incredible game for himself.
Oh, 100%. Oh, what a block. What a nice play that was. And the Bruins have no choice but to score here if they want to get back into this game. And that is a foul.
There we go.
And I believe they will go into the 1-of-1, and this is the man they want at the line for this. Eli Camacho. It is a 1-of-1, so if he makes the first, he will receive a second from the free throw line.
And this is the man, Jacob, and you said it best. This is the man you want at the strip right now. Evidently so.
So you got 2:28 to play. Whether this is a miss or make, you would have to expect North Bergen to stay to go into a press now, a full court press. I'd be shocked if they weren't. There's just not enough time to let Prep run their offense right now. This is the second shot. Or they're going to put him at the line, which is another, probably not bad strategy, to be honest with you. Aside from Armstrong, they haven't been particularly great at the line today.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Armstrong has been the only one that's been knocking them down consistently. And yeah, Jacob, you're right. I think this is the right strategy. You don't want them to waste any clock. They have big, great free throw shooting. This is a high school team.
Off the mark.
First. Looking like the right move here for the Bruins.
Yeah, I mean, and even if he makes the second one, you can live with that, knowing that you have more time on your hands rather than letting them run their clock.
Yep. Like you said, Jacob, they can live with that. That's all right. 1 for 2, no clock shoot.
Must score here, obviously.
Must score here for the rest of the game.
And here is Camacho coming up. He will receive the pick. Dish it down low. Lingham applies pressure. And rebounded by Kinsler, and that can likely wrap things up in favor of Prep. Here's Armstrong, with a beautiful layup attempt, but it's no good. There's an injury to number 15 of North Bergen.
That is high-tech product. Sean Orifice.
Cesar Perez.
2-minute warning for you. We got a 14-point game. Inbounded to Kinsler, no good, and it will go the way of the Bruins.
Critical.
North Bergen.
And what a day we've had here. So thankful to have been back. Thank you to you, Chris and Patrick, and to Mr. DePiro for having me today.
Absolutely, anytime, Jacob. We're always happy to have you back, especially for something as special as this.
And that stepping on the line and turnover, if it hadn't been done already, will seal this game. So to look ahead, we will see the matchup that, true basketball fans probably would have wanted. Obviously not in favor of the Bruins or Eagles earlier today, but we will have Prep and Hudson Catholic here at 4 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. And just looking ahead to that game, guys, I mean, based on what you've seen, what do you think both teams can look to do to make sure they have their way?
So, I mean, right now, I have to give the athleticism to Prep. I think those 2 dunks by Armstrong, his ability to get away on a fast break, his speed is just insurmountable. I don't think anybody on Hudson Catholic can play to that. But I think Hudson Catholic, with that being said, needs to play completely. They need to play as a complete team. And they need to play clean basketball because Prep is doing the same thing here today. And we didn't really get to see the big showcase we wanted to from Hudson Catholic in the semifinals here. As they won fairly handedly, a 21-point victory on their end. But I think they need to play as cleanly as they did against Union City today. And now the one mishap they had in Union City, the end of the first quarter, Union City went on a 9-0 run after they went 18-1. You can't let that happen against a team like that. If they can clean that up and play tighter defense at all given points, despite a lead they may have, I think that's their key to winning. And I think Prep, use the athleticism, man. Get the ball to Armstrong. Let them double team Armstrong. Spread the wealth, share the love, and I think they have a great shot.
Absolutely.
$15-point lead for Prep here. Minute 17 left on the clock.
And these teams will obviously have more to look forward to in the season. The benefit of having these county playoffs when they are is that you have still about a half a season to play. You have state playoffs and a few more regular season games. So, the teams that lost today, still have season to look forward to, both Group 4 schools in Union City and North Bergen. And, hoping to salvage today further down the line in state playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. If we've seen anything today, it's that irregardless of who wins, all of these teams are competitive and have a shot against anybody, despite however mismatched they may be or whatever disadvantage they're at. So obviously, you're right, Jacob. There's still some regular season to be played here. There's state playoffs. And I think any of these 4 teams we watched here today, whether that be Union City, who fell to Hudson Catholic earlier, or, North Bergen down here with 1:06 left to go, I think they have a shot. They've played incredibly physically, and they've played hard, and they play with heart. So regardless of how this game ends, their season still looks good, and I think they still have a shot here.
Wait, is there a third place game?
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Now a couple fans here starting to pour out.
Trying to catch traffic.
And this gym today was what we hoped it would be. I'd say.
Absolutely. We were questionable. We missed a year of this last year.
And fortunate to have the pandemic being in a place where we can have special nights like these. And here's to many more. Lingham gets out on the fast break. Oh, a left-handed slam. Wow.
Just to put the icing on the cake.
What a finish.
Are you kidding me?
And they'll enjoy that one.
Highlight reel game for Prep here.
And we were saying earlier on, open up space for those highlight reel plays. And that's what happened.
The Prep coach here, very animated on his side, despite the enormous lead they have here with 39.9 seconds left to go.
Coach and the ref here are getting at it.
Call it what you want, but it's pretty absurd to have anything to say right now.
Complain about, and I suppose that's the nature of high school sports. Hudson Catholic's coach a little bit earlier, getting a little bit animated at his players on the sideline.
You know what the truth is? We can sit here and talk about that all you want, but that's how you build winning programs. Accountability.
Right. So you can't let up ever, and it instills good character, and just a good mindset into the players, right? Especially this season has not yet come to an end. They've got a big game coming up this Saturday. You know what I mean? Right. So don't ease off now.
And
Stay
I don't
intense.
even think it's the players that play. I think it's for the guys that are on that bench that will be playing next year or the year after to feel as though they have a standard to live up to feel as though they have to not be scared of their coach, but feel a sense of need to.
Their coach is going to put a weight on their shoulders. Yeah. And if you mess up, it doesn't matter what point it is. We're coming after you. And at this level, that's what you need.
As teams will check in their perhaps upperclassmen that may not have many more games, or their underclassmen who maybe don't play many games for the last minute here, also known as garbage time.
Bergen will drop to 10 and 12 as the 13th seeded move forward.
And Armstrong will move, and as we said, still running plays here, Prep, but content to dribble out the clock on this great victory. And any closing thoughts, guys?
I think we just witnessed one of the best displays of high school basketball you will ever see from both sides here. An incredible game. Great job to both of these teams. Hats off to them. Hats off to Mark Armstrong. Absolutely incredible. And that will end regulation. Incredible game.
Incredible.
Very fortunate to have the opportunity to see this one and call this one. We are so very happy that you were able to join us today on WHIT Radio Podcasting. We look forward to many more. Patrick, of course, as always, thank you for being here with me. And to Jacob Jarrett, I'll let you take it away, man. You are a legend of this program, and we are so lucky to have you back. Thank you for all your help.
Just so thankful to be here today. It was once again a great experience, as being back here always is. I thought, being able to put together this broadcast with 3 cameras, the 3 of us, DePiero doing his job, everyone in the back doing a great job. Very, very, very fortunate to be here today. Great experience once again, and looking forward to the final on Saturday afternoon.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will catch you with more later. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
6 for Zion foul, including a 3. 11 for Jackson Timber, 2 for Ben Guy.
I'm on fire right now. I'm so hot.
12 for Tyler Wiggins.